Welcome to the first episode of Better With You Alive podcast. I am your host, Ehihi Dominion. Before we go on in this first episode, let me just tell you about what this podcast is all about. This podcast is all about addressing suicide. It aims to address the lack of adequate precautionary awareness of suicide in our communities today. We provide a simplified way of getting to know suicide, its effect, and how to get help for yourself and your body or family members, and also how to get involved in the war against suicide. Did I just say war? Yes, we are fighting a war against suicide. This war is more than the COVID-19. It's more than any pandemic you have ever seen. Why? Because nobody's seen it. Nobody's talking about it. Because of the stigma it leaves, everybody is trying to cover it up. But our goal is to provide hope to everyone in our communities. And we want to consistently project the importance of their life, their presence, and how we are better with them alive. We are on a mission. We are on a mission to be the voice that is loudly saying to those having thoughts of taking their own life that do not harm yourself. We are all here to help. You can find that phrase in Acts 16:28. I repeat, do not harm yourself. We are all here to help. We strive to prevent suicide via public awareness and education. We also provide available resources and programs to those touched by suicide through this podcast. What is our mission? Our mission here is to promote hope and prevent suicide in our community via public awareness, education, and all available resources. I know some of us may be wondering, what is suicide? Why some of us kind of know what it is, but there's a lot of misconception between suicide attempt, or suicide ideation or thought. And some we tend to hide it because of the stigma. We don't want people to know that we have thought of suicide. Well, let me break it to you. Suicide means ending your own life. It's sometimes a way for people to escape pain or suffering or whatever their situation may be. When someone ends their own life, we say that they died by suicide. They commit murder. In this case, it's not a murder that you kill someone. It's not a kind of murder that you can jail them for because they're dead. It's a murder that they killed themselves for. They died by suicide. A suicide attempt on its own means that someone tried to end their own life but never succeed. They didn't succeed, but they did not die. So they're still alive, but they tried it, but it didn't just work out the way they planned it. Suicide ideation, on the other hand, or suicide thought, it means someone is thinking about ending their own life. We have a lot of more of the suicide ideation and thought, an attempt, than the actual suicide. And it's dangerous because you don't know when it's going to happen. That is why we have to talk about it. Having known what suicide attempt, what suicide or suicide ideation or thought means, are you thinking about suicide? Are you worried about a friend or a loved one? Or would you like an emotional support right now? Wow, the good news is there is someone waiting for you. There is someone waiting for your call right now. They want to help. You can call the suicide prevention hotline, 1-800-273-8255. I repeat, 1-800-273-8255. You can also go to betterwithyoualive.org. There are a lot of resources. You can chat, you can make call, you can send tests, you can get trained, you can reach out. There are a lot of resources on betterwithyoualive.org, the suicide hotline prevention website. We want you to get help. We want you to reach out to a counselor right now. Someone is waiting to talk to you 24/7. We're all here to help. If you're in the army, you can talk to your chaplain. You can talk to behavioral health. You can talk to, there are plenty, MFLAG, the Military Family Life Counselor. You can talk to a lot of tons of resources. And if you are a civilian or a family member, you can start with your pastor. You can talk to your religious leaders. You can talk to counselors. You can talk to people that can help you. There are tons of resources out there. Don't just end your own life like that. Don't just die by suicide. Don't even attempt it. We understand if you're thinking about it, but we don't just want you to take action. For that not to happen, we are encouraging you to call someone now. 1-800-273-8255. 1-800-273-8255. You are listening to Better With You Alive podcast. We wanted to call someone. We believe that we are better all together. We also believe that life is good, but better with you alive. What is life without you? What is life when you leave us? You're going to leave a hole in our heart? You're going to leave us thinking that we could have done something wrong? We're going to talk a lot about that in coming episode. But for right now, I just want to give you a little understanding of suicide thought, suicide ideation, and the help that you have. 1-800-273-8255. In all our episodes, you're going to hear these numbers over and over again. Why? Life is good, but better with you alive. I say it again. Life is good, but better with you alive. It is better when you are alive, when you are with us. There is hope. Don't give up. Talk to someone. Talk to a friend. In few episodes to come, we're going to start giving you a number to call in. But we wanted to reach out to someone today. 1-800-273-8255. Why should you call? Life is good, but better with you alive. Once again, thank you for listening to our podcast. We don't just want you to move on to the next episode or to someone else. We wanted to share this to our military members, to our veterans, to our family members. Please share this. We want people to understand what suicide is. We want you to join in the war against suicide. Don't just let this go. Pass it along. Share it. That is how we combat suicide. Why? Life is good, but better with you alive. Thank you once again. I am Ehi Dominion. God bless you. Remain blessed and inspired.